Okay. I think we're back. I think we have a better and more stable internet connection than we did last time. Here's hoping. World is currently full, 20 players in queue. That's fine. Although we're already on just the new stream, 3,000, 3,100, 3,200 dropped frames. So maybe we're not good. Come on. And we at least don't seem to be lagging like we were. Have you found any sight of Sigurd? His waterskin and his satchel. He must have been in a desperate hurry indeed to cast away his belongings in such a careless manner. I myself came across this wood axe, a tool the lad took from the stead, perhaps? Gods below! Morrighan, over there! I'm ready. Let's do this. Is it Hujara? Oh, sent the poor kid flying. To the hyenas! Oh. We must rescue him. Morrighan? Oh. Don't worry, my boy. We won't let them get you yet. Come on, pack jackals. So many of them. Holy crap. Fuck. But we are lagging. Hey, but we completed the duty, though. Step aside. Arrgh. We're in zone. He breathes yet. We withdraw to the Red Rooster stead. Follow my lead, Morrighan. First, though, let's go do the stuff at Swift Perch. However, will I pass with those things standing there? Same way you always do, buddy. You just walk. Let me sprint. Just let me sprint. Ten more seconds and we can sprint again. Commodore Rayner sent word we'd be getting reinforcements, but I didn't expect him to send you. You certainly look like you've seen your share of action, though. You bear little resemblance to the wide-eyed whelp I met fresh off the ferry. In any case, do you know what you're fighting for here? This place, Swift Perch. It was built by folk who stood strong in the face of every hardship the calamity threw their way. And we're not about to let some fish-fancying scum claim the honor of being the ones who finally broke their spirits. Don't give those pirate bastards one bloody elm, you hear me? I hear ya. Here they come. Here now, I thought all them yellow jacket worms was meant to be busy. That useless scrag ain't followed the plan, has he? Now what, pull back away for our Sahagin brothers? Piss on that. We ain't turning back empty-handed. Remember, no killing the small folk or it'll be your blood that stains Lord Leviathan's altars. The yellow bellies ye can butcher at will. Them dirt-eating slugs will be crushed under the full might of the serpent reapers. Seems Swift Perch was the main target after all, eh? Squads 1 and 2, protect the townsfolk. Squad 3, you are our rear guard. The rest of you, we meet their charge where we stand. Let us bear the Commodore word of our victory, or no word at all. For Limzolo Mensa! Arrgh, I'll gut all you yellow bellies and debts on your gizzards. Stance. Let's help with the ads first. then we'll go look at getting the main guy a couple good whacks in. There we go. There's their healer down. Oh, don't you be using your void call shit. Blanga first. Then we'll take care of Bainris. Let's go. I'll take some men and hunt down the stragglers. Oh, but there may be more of them lurking about, so don't let your guard down just yet. I thought I was gonna sneeze. It's still like right there. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Blah! Fine. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Defeat the masked sage. Well, first, let's defeat the gargoyle. The lesser gargoyle, actually. It's not doing a whole lot of damage. You stole him. A fearsome opponent against whom you shall not stand alone. An unwelcome guest. No matter. All shall fall before me. I could have interrupted that attack. No mortal should possess such strength. Duty complete. Let's go. Then the wisdom of paragons, did he say? Then it is as I feared. They are known as the bringers of chaos, or Asians, to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Pardon? You would know if we Chileans have encountered Asians before? I have never spoken to you of my homeland. How did you know whence I hail? Wait, I do begin to see. You have been blessed with a special gift. Indeed, I have. Are you all right, lass? If I'd have known a mean bugger like that was hiding in the bushes, I would have left a squad or 6 to keep you company. Well, at least now we can call this kidnapping investigation to a close. Those reavers were the ones spiriting folks away in the dead of night, and this bastard here was pulling all the strings. A trifle simplistic, but not inaccurate. I came as soon as I sensed his presence, but I never would have thought to find such a scene of carnage. Yet we prevailed, and thanks to your heroic actions I have learned much. Aye, heroic is the word. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't been here, friend. And your assistance is much appreciated too, Lady Y'shtola. Please give our regards to the Scions. I am glad to have played a role in bringing what I hope is an end to this disturbing spate of abductions. The thread of your fate forms a part of a most intriguing tapestry. Mayhap we will be afforded the chance to speak more in the near future. For now, however, we must see this particular tale to its conclusion. Pray send my greetings to Commodore Raynor. Come on. It's a crystal. Alright. Speak to Raynor at the Coral Tower, so then we need to head to the Red Rooster Stead. Yeah, I guess we'll... I didn't attune? I swear... No. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I don't know how I didn't attune. I could have swore I did. Oh. Well, we'll take care of that. But first, other things. Other business to attend to. Before we even turn in this one, we have other business to attend to. Hedge mole, pelican, mantis, and the wild wolf in Upper Lenosia. Luckily, I know where all those enemies are. I just wish we would stop dropping frames. brought him home. I don't got the words to thank ye. The lad's past the worst of it. He struck his head in the fall, though, and it might be some time before he opens his eyes. Thank you for coming, brother. If you hadn't scattered those jackals when you did. I have done naught to earn your thanks. When I learned of the situation from Aleport, I realized the dangers were greater than I had much anticipated. No single marauder could have hoped to fend off such numbers in time. Pray accept my apologies, Initari. You turned us for help, and yet your grandson now lies before you. Broken and battered. You needn't concern yourself with our well-being. Our training prepares us for such eventualities. There is not more we can accomplish here, Morrighan. It is time we returned to the guild and focused on other tasks. Alright. You know what, we're not going to run this time. We're just going to teleport it. It's not going to cost much. Only 79 gil. We can afford 79 gil. It's a little more than 1% of our total amount of money. And both of these get turned in at the same place. Aethernet, Marauders Guild. Alright. Our frames have stabilized, finally. I am glad the lad will live, but I fear this will not be the last time Sigurd abandons caution in his thirst for vengeance against Kujata. The wound in his heart festers and seethes, feeding his impatience at our seeming inaction. But we must not think ill of the boy. Instead, let this helpless rage be as a spur to our efforts. I say again, Morrighan, Kujata will fall by your hand, and I will shape you into the deadly weapon you need to be. Aye, sir. Okay, so that's 20 to 12, 20 to 12, 20 to 11, 20 to 15. Oh, you can't wear headgear as a Viera. Now we're gonna have random yellow arm guards. I don't know how I feel about them. I'd rather they were dyed a different color, but it is okay. It is what it is. Initari! Eagerly I have awaited your return. Word of your exploits is already spreading through the ranks. My troops and I owe you a great debt of gratitude from your timely assistance. You have shown yourself to be possessed of a sure arm, a strong spirit, and sound judgment. Would that Limsa Lominsa had more of you like. I have little doubt that you shall one day join the ranks of Eorzea's greatest adventurers. It is but a matter of time. Clearly, Badaron's eye for potential remains as sharp as ever, though I doubt even he imagines you capable of such feats. Might you favor me with your own account of the day's events? Such victories bear retelling. Y'shtola has been working with us for quite some time, you see. And she was only too willing to assist the Yellow Jackets in the kidnapping investigation, proving herself a stalwart ally of Limsa Lominsa yet again. Needless to say, after your part in thwarting the attempted sabotage of the victory, and the small matter of your deeds at Swiftperch, you too have proven yourself a valued friend of the thalassocracy. Admiral! May I present to you Admiral Blofiswin. Blofiswin. Are we going to hear her talk now?
So, this is the adventurer I've been reading about in the field reports. I am Melve Blufisvin, Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. On behalf of my people, I bid you thanks for the deeds you have done this day. A token of our gratitude. What worth is high regard without just reward after all? Ha! Since you first set foot in our city, my good friend Baderon and Commodore Rayner have taken turns at regaling me with tales of your exploits. Safe to say, they left an impression. Join me at the coming banquet. A seat of honor at the celebratory feast is the least I can offer the woman who foiled the Sahagin.
Oh! A seat at the feast!
Oh, and don't be late. Your fellow guests will be eager to take the measure of their newest hero, and some do not take kindly to being kept waiting. Till then, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
Yeah. I believe I may. Hey! Direct hit rate, piercing resistance +1. Item comparison. Strength or dexterity. Did it equip it over the right one though? No. Trying to get rid of like all the level 1 stuff that I have. Commodore Rayner wishes to speak with you regarding the forthcoming banquet. I'm not sure you understand just how unusual it is for the Admiral to invite an adventurer to a state banquet. It is a highly coveted honor, why even the officers under her direct command are rarely afforded such recognition. But I will not deny you have earned it. Many of the tasks you have performed in service to the thalassocracy, I'm never going to say that word cleanly, have been both difficult and dangerous. This is a reward for all of your efforts, a nod to your many achievements, both large and small. Has the enormity of this moment yet to sink in? Perchance you will realize its significance when you stand before the assembled dignitaries of Limsa Lominsa. And now that I have imagined the scene, I realize that you will require attire suitable for the occasion. I suggest you visit the wench and see what Baderon can arrange. He is surprisingly knowledgeable about such things. What level are you? Level 10? Interesting. Alright. To Baderon. There goes a gunbreaker. A fresh gunbreaker, too. Well, well, if it ain't Maelweb's guest of honor. Wobnobbing with the high and mighty now is it? I tell ye, lass, I damn near snorted dale out me nose when I heard the news. You've come a long bloody way, you have, and that's the truth. Well, one thing's for sure, you'll not want for decent grub. These banquets are catered by the bleeding Bismarck, no less. 'Tis a grand chance to feel your belly bursting with fine and, more importantly, free food. But we can't have you turning up in your shite-caked adventuring gear. No, the hero of the hour needs to have a touch of refinement about her, if only to stop folks complaining when she stuffs her face with cake. Take yourself over to the Octant and speak to Nyasim of the Brugere Consortium. She'll furnish ye with somewhat ladylike to wear. I've already had a word with her. All you need to do is pick up the goods and bring them back here so I can tell you what's what. Down to the Octant. Dun 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 dun. Good morning, miss. I assume you're the underdressed lady Baderon mentioned? I see he was not exaggerating. Ahem. I've chosen these especially for your debut in polite society. Fear not, I'm certain you will absolutely adore them. Now we show it to Baderon. Ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum bum, ba-dum bum ba, ba-dum ba ba, ba-dum ba ba. Why am I going this way? What am I doing? The turn-in's right over here. Been to see Nassim, have you? Let's have that box then. Here we go. A nice pair of dress shoes for you. And lass mightn't have much else to her name, but so long as she's got a decent pair of shoes on her feet, there ain't nowhere she can't go. Think of 'em as a gift from me and all the other folk you've done right by along the way. Aye, aye, 'tis a very moving gesture, I know. Just don't go welling up on me, aye? Wouldn't do for Limsa's new hero to turn up at the banquet soaked in her own tears and snot. Any road, that's your garb sorted. Now you just need to settle your nerves. Tell me when you're ready and I'll tell you where you're meant to go. Complete. Baderon wants you to let him know when you are ready to depart for the banquet. You ready then, are ye? Good. The banquet will be starting soon. If you'd waited any longer, I'd have considered it me civic duty to hit ye over the head and drag ye there. Now make sure you're wearing them fancy shoes when you turn up, alright? Carrying them won't do no good. They're meant to make you look like a lady, remember, not a lady's bleeding lackey. As for directions, the feast's being held on the bridge, in the Admiral's briefing room. Speak with Zanthale in the bulwark hall, and he'll show you the way. Just keep that head held high, lass. After everything you've done for Limsa, you've good reason to be proud, and don't let no high-born bugger tell you different. Alright, we gotta put the dang shoes on. I feel like this just makes my outfit look weird, though. But alright. I think I looked better in the other outfit. Dress shoes. Fancy dress shoes. An adventurer wearing fancy dress shoes. Oh, now those are some fancy dress shoes. Come, adventurer. I will show you to the briefing room. Ah, there's Ishtola. Oh, and I'm there too. She's talking to me. And Rainer. Who else we got here? There's Merylweb. Bluefiswin.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, join me now in honoring this woman for her services to our great nation.
Wait, nope. Pressed the wrong button.
May the navigator guide and protect her on her journey, till sea swallows all.
Till sea swallows all.
These pirates you encountered with the tattooed faces, they call themselves the Serpent Reavers. Their ranks are formed of cutthroats and madmen who have pledged themselves body and soul to the primal Leviathan. From what we have gathered, they sought to swell their numbers by spiriting away any soul unfortunate enough to cross their path. I need not tell you the depth of the animosity between us and the Sahagin. How any seaman worth his salt could devote himself to the fishback's god is a question for a more temperate mind than mine.
Okay.
But, thanks to you, our citizens may once more go about their daily lives, safe in the knowledge that they will not be dragged into the darkness by those execrable curs.
Okay.
Such an extraordinary glow.
It's a crystal.
This is one of the crystals of light.
By the Navigator.
How did you come across that?
After our encounter with the Gubu, you had a vision, did you not? Of a towering crystal. You bathed in her light.
'Tis all but clear.
Yashtola's conclusion is clear, and I see no reason to doubt it. You are the vessel of a higher power. This being from your vision was the Mother Crystal. Your description matches what little we know of her. And if she has chosen you, then your deeds may yet shape the fate of nations.
I don't want to be a chosen one.
Once did the deeds of the Warriors of Light. Know you the tale? Like you, they were not of these lands, yet they fought to protect us all against the corruption of the primals. When the Garlean Empire began its conquest of the realm, these heroes joined the Grand Companies and helped reforge the Eorzean Alliance.
Wow.
And at the Battle of Cartano, they took the field beneath our banners to fight for everything we hold dear.
Okay.
It was on that day, in the midst of that hell, that we lost them. Every soul who survived that battle will never forget how it was to fight beside them. We are proud to call them our comrades. Yet whenever we try to shout their names, the sound dies in our throats. And whenever we strain to see their faces with our mind's eye, naught but their shadows appear to us, set against a blinding light. Ask any true Eorzean who knew them, and the story will be the same. It is for this reason that we call them the Warriors of Light. When I look upon you, I cannot help but be reminded of them.
It's because I am one.
Keep that crystal safe.
Of course.
In time, I believe the Mother Crystal will make clear her reasons for bestowing it upon you. Heed well her words, adventurer, for it is Hydaelyn herself who speaks.
Oh, my head.
Flames to the fore!
Flashbacks.
Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Yet Connie Sinna's the only one that notices the random person back there. We are being watched.
Is Artemis?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Dun dun dun!
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn! Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
He's not going to. I'm sorry, Raban.
Ah!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
God damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
There's a Metal Gear reference. Not the mad part, but the snake part.
Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre.
As Mega Flare goes off. And there's the Asian man in the back.
This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louis Soir, To your positions.
To your positions. That I should live to behold Bahamut once more. Magnificent. The eons of imprisonment have only made him hungrier. I am aware of them. Pay them no mind. They are powerless to act. It has begun. Soon the planet will regain its true form. Morning, sunshine. All a bit much for you, was it? What happened? Aye, you don't remember then. You keeled over in the middle of the banquet and caused a right stir. I had to carry you back to the winch myself. Well, I say carry, 'twas more a matter of dragging and rolling. Too much cake, I reckon. Any road, don't fret. 'Tis little wonder ye was exhausted after everything you've been through lately. Your little nap seemed to have put some color back in your cheeks, though, so I'll leave you to it. Bugger, I almost forgot. The Admiral wants to have a word with ye. When you feel up to it, talk to Xanthael and he'll let you in the command room. Oh, and stay awake, eh? I'm told old Merrib was in the middle of telling ye a story when you started snoring last time, and I doubt she'd look kindly on it if you repeated the trick. Actually, no, I do want to put the helmet. No, actually, we won't. Never mind. Ignore me. Exit room. Alright, let's go talk to Merwib. Greetings, Morrighan. Admiral Blofuswin waits you in the command room. Shall I announce you? Yes. Let me become the Lomenzen envoy. Ah, Morrighan. It is good to see you on your feet again. You are recovered? Then let us waste no time. I have a task that needs doing, one I would entrust to no other. The duty I have in mind for you requires some explanation. I do hope you have not made other plans. To business, then. The Lomenzen envoy. I have penned a letter to each of my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless lives. It has been 5 years since those of us who were spared dragged ourselves from the ashes to look upon an Eorzea we scarcely knew. 5 years, and yet the people still suffer. Their lives are fraught with worry and hardship, and the warriors of light who might have once given them hope are gone. Yet we must press on regardless. We will never truly do so, however, till we have faced our past. To that end, I am proposing that a memorial service be held in each of the city-states on the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Carteneau. These letters contain the details of said proposal, and I would have you deliver them to our allies as my personal envoy. You have proven yourself a staunch and able ally to Limsa, but that is not my only reason for choosing you. No, I choose you because you possess a quality which puts me in mind of history's champions, a quality I feared lost. Say that you will perform this duty. I knew you would not disappoint me. This task shall take you far from the borders of our nation to the city-states of Gridania and Ul'dah. A grueling journey, to be sure, were you to travel by sea and land, but I mean to have you take to the skies. An airship pass to be used at your discretion. Airships bound for the nations of our allies leave from the landing connected to the bridge, but before you depart, I suggest you trouble Baderon for a few pearls of wisdom regarding each of your destinations. The old bastard is nothing if not well-traveled. 'Tis a pity I cannot issue such passes with a freer hand, as I did in more peaceful times when berths were not so limited. But in these times of war, every craft we commit to the skies could risk drawing the eye of the Empire, and every voyage must needs be born of necessity. Lest you doubt, I consider your place well deserved. Nor am I alone in that opinion. There were other parties who would see you granted the privilege of air travel. Aye, Morrighan, your deeds do not go unnoticed. Full many see great promise in you, but I have flattered you enough. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa and her people, I bid you go forth, adventurer. Discover the realm for which so many have fought and died. Wander, and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Only by braving the unknown will you achieve the greatness of which you are surely capable. The light of the crystal guides you, and I wager that your destiny will be no small thing. She has a harsh voice that is hard for me to even like try and replicate. Speak with Baderon. Went the wrong way again. Back from your well, hold on. Back from your meeting with the Admiral, are ya? Personal bleeding envoy? So you be carrying the word of the Admiral herself to the leaders of the Alliance? I don't know what that accent was. Bugger me. I knew ye was going up in the world, but I didn't realize ye'd got that bloody eye. I'm proud of ye, lass. Thinking of how far you've come, why, 'tis enough to bring a tear to me eye. And that ain't the ale talking neither. Well, not just the ale at any rate. Bless the navigator for steering ye my way. Of course, this is only the start. Now you've got your hands on the airship pass, the whole of Eorzea is laid out before ye like a fair maid on her featherbed. And she's a big girl too, with plenty of enticing nooks and crannies. If you think us Lominsans are characters, just wait till you cross paths with the green forest dwellers of Gridania, or trade coins with the crafty merchants of Ul'dah. And then there's the wild places where the beasties rule, and no bugger with an ounce of sense sets foot. But you're an adventurer, so I wouldn't let a little thing like that hold you back. Of course, it ain't all exploring and excitement. There's an heap of troubles that what plagues every nation. See, it ain't just ours. I'm talking intrigue and infighting, beastmen and their goddamned primals. Aye, there's an ugly side to life, and sooner or later you're bound to walk into it. But I'll wager there's bugger all out there as you can't handle. Summit tells me you're going to be just fine. The realm's headed rough, 'tis true, but folk are beginning to recover from the beating the calamity dealt 'em. Call me an hopeless optimist, but it wouldn't take much to turn things round. 'Tis the perfect time for a adventurer like yourself to get out there and make a difference. Well, what are you waiting for? Speak with Lenoflo at the airship landing. To the airship landing. That's part of the trick, is learning where those things are. Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. Wait, aren't you that famous adventurer? It's Morrighan Initari, isn't it? Well, I thought I recognized you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. Highwind Skyways is at your disposal. Will you be traveling with us today? I will be traveling with you. To Gridania. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Gridania is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Is it during this one, or is it during our next airship that we get the cutscene? That's a lot of people. Good fortune to ye, Morrighan. The day will come when your name means the same as zero to the folks of this realm. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Dun 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 dun. Ah, it's this one where we get the cutscene. Okay. Castrum Oxidans.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great Midgard Zormer. Though we
Indeed.
succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat
I had forgot the first time I was playing through this that that scene even happened. And so I forgot all about Midgardsormr by the time he shows back up later in the story.
A blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
And there's Ultima Weapon.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartener. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all.
Bum bum bum.
Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
Bum bum
At
bum.
once, my lord.
So when does Nero switch to his Magitech hammer?
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Excuse me. And Gridania is where my first character came from. Because they are a bard. Archer bard. Oh, wait. I forgot to do it again. Slash smirk. You deliver a confident smirk. Arrivals attendant. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa Lomensa. Welcome to Gridania, madam. The Elder Seed Seer awaits your arrival. Leave the landing area. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Wrong. There we go. Okay. Greetings, good madam. You are the Lomenzen envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the conjurer at Nafaka's altar. She will admit you to the lotus stand where the elder seed seer awaits. If you say so, buddy. It's actually a tune. There we go. Now, what is... Nope. I wanted to see if that was the Harvest Dance one or not. It was not. Okay, the Nafaka's stand, which is over this way. And we'll attune to this Aetherite because it's right here. You are the Lomenzen envoy? Begging your pardons, madam, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Lomensa. Please come with me. Truly.
So you are the Lomenzen envoy.
I am.
And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome.
Yay!
Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seed Seer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
I do bear an I forgot how to talk there. A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknown to us, the Garleans sought to best us in battle, sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot. The Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon Dalamud would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have ever seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflamed, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many others, never returned from Carteneau. And so we were left with countless questions, and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. Where are you going, Horsefant? That's not Horsefant, but... You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. Ah, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Alright, back to the airship landing. Sprint! Run! Not that way, this way. I'm going to show a shortcut that I wish I had seen long ago. Like, it wasn't probably until I was well into the 3rd expansion before I discovered this shortcut. You literally just run through here. And instead of running all the way around. But alas, it is what it is. Hello, Leonelius. Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ul'dah. Oh, are you not Morrighan Initari, the Luminzen envoy? On behalf of all at Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Yes. To Ul'dah. Want to see something real quick. You're not missing much when I do this. Okay, it's correct. Alright. I just wanted to make sure that it had updated on my other... that my goal thing had updated on my other scene that I had too. Ul'dah, the Steppes of Nald. Ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-ba-bum, bum, bum. Speak with the Flame Honor Guard. Ah, you must be the envoy from Lemza Lominsa. Welcome to Ul'dah, madam. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Do 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 do. Welcome to Ul'dah, madam. We have been expecting you. Flame General Reborn will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please, take the lift down to the husting strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. First, though, let me ride it to the Ruby Road Exchange. Because first... I need to attune to the Aetherite over here. All right. Now we'll go to the husting strip. Do, 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 do. You now have Aethernet access to the Chamber of Rule. Well, good. I want Aethernet access to the Chamber of Rule. That is not the way to go. A little farther around. Bartholomew! I need to speak with Reborn. The Luminzen envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear, madam? My thanks. Ah, yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed. Thank you.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale.
Huh.
I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlvib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
I mean, I might have. You don't know what I came all this way to do. Cartano? Aye, I remember bloody Cartano. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Connie's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans, 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by then Legatus Solus Zos Galvis, they swiftly brought the other nations of Weiselbard to heel, and so the Legatus became an emperor, and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belsar, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the Elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more. That much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlwib will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people that their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. You can now make use of the airship routes connecting the 3 nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. Let's use the item that it gave us. Ah, my lady envoy. I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been very pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Lominsa in the near future? If so, I have interests that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Witch. Well, the man sent word just now that he is a job for a capable adventurer. I could think of none with better credentials than you. Baderon would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Speak with Baderon at the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lominsa. Well, if you insist, I guess I can do that. Do 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 do. Brinches winks at Korza Comet Swirl. You guys can't see that because it's in the chat behind my webcam, but this person's name, Pyrrhic Victory. Pyrrhic Vi. Call of the Sea. Bateron. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, lads. I'll be with ye in a... Well, if it ain't the one and only Morrighan Initari. I was told a distinguished venturer might be reporting for duty. Fancy that venturer being you, eh? Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll fill you in on the details. Of course I'm interested. What do you think I am? That's better than what I have, right? Yes. So it's either... Oh, yeah, God, no. Bateron, the proprietor of the Drowning Witch, has need of a capable adventurer. It's probably pirates. We're at the first dungeon, finally. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the old Sestasha Seagrot. And I need a trustworthy sword to head up north of Airport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But since that nasty business over in Swiftperch, folk have been a bit uneasy. Well, I say a bit. 'Tis all they can do not to soil themselves every time the bloody floorboards creak. If you would permit me, Master Bateron, I should be happy to elaborate. Oh, that was someone else that was talking. My bad. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Rayner? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I came to welcome Morrighan back to Limsa. It is well you have returned. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sestasha Seagrot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Kurils had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sestasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. And then it is settled. Sestasha is located in western Lanosia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Milpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lass. What do you have for me? Oh, yes. We all know how it feels to have had one too many. That's why I'll not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables, but is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken heedlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive-looking journal right here. As oft-used as it seems to be, I've no doubt its owner is tearing up the town, searching for his prized possession. And a stranger, he was a swarthy Rogadan who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting on well with one of our regulars, Quintonine. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare him the headache. I'd offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Bateron docked my wages. Ah, Bateron's one of those people, huh? You're either a brave woman or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa today, what with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose. You've not heard, there's a madman about. Wyatt said he brandished his blade so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Oh. Have I seen who? Look, just because I spend more nights at the wench than in my own home doesn't mean I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. That bloody book? Why didn't you say so sooner? That tight-ass bastard drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was headed for Aleport. Aye, where else the scurvy top? Where else the scurvy sop? Nymea willin', he's still stranded at the ferry docks, though the gods know it won't help me get my gill back. Disgruntled madam and flustered man. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him, toss him in jail, and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to sharks for all I care. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill of my... Oh wait, this is the same person. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, forgoing new shoes, a new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation of this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this marks the arrival of a world-renowned aesthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Lomensan oohing and awing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you able to do something about this? Go ahead, have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Calm down, Karen. / not DPI, doubt. I question the flustered man. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course you take her side. For shame! Is there not one sympathetic ear in this entire nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms, and a 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal. The tools of my trade, nay, the extensions of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hananza of Naldikan Vimelis, Guild Master Beaton of the Gordanian Carpenters Guild, and Severain of the Alchemist Guild in Ulda. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out, and tell them Jandalain sent you. When my soul is restored and my name rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm, will sing your praises, for I, Jandalain, am none other than the Alright, well, let's go talk to the blacksmith. I'm running the wrong direction. Bum, 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 bum. Jandalain sent you? Let me guess. The barmy fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul. Again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I've not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whining. Any road, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. Alright. Now we need to head down to the ferry docks. So, Fisherman's Guild. Where both my quests are, actually. Wastlade, if you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventurer await. Ah, my journal! Why, I thought I had lost it forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Ha ha! Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? A shame that, for this book contains, how might I say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did. Ha ha! You've the air of an adventurer about you, if one still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Was there only some way for me to repay your... But of course! I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep a record of your own, that one day we might regale each other with stories of our deeds? And with that, I shall be off, for adventurer. And a flagon of 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Ellison fellow for his generosity. Har har! We unlock the challenge log. You're here about Commodore Rayner's investigation, and you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in western Lanosia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novus before you blunder into Sistasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folks there will prepare you, train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sistasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Yeah, I'll pay the 40 gil to go to Aleport instead of like the 100 and something to teleport there. Here, let's put that one away until we get to the next area. A fresh morning breeze makes the pennons snap, and Aldflat the sailor is in a mood to yarn. Ahoy, adventurer! My tub sails soon, and I have to have me a little something for the journey. The duskbats are flying. Think yourself lightsome enough to bring me 5 wings? 4 won't do, and 6 is no good, mind you. Welcome you are to keep any surfates. As long as you know what to do with them, you'll bring me the wings? Bum 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 ba dum bum bum ba da bum bum bum. You in need of work, last? The name's Orwin, and I'm a representative of the Adventurers Guild. Notice the hat? I keep a record of tasks what the locals need doing, then dole them out to adventurers what look capable. Now, you look capable, but the last sod I reckoned was tough enough got his face bit off by a bleeding wharf rat. You need to prove to me you can handle my jobs. Take a look at this here task. Does that seem like something you could do? Yeah, I can keep Mimaroon safe. Alright then, you need to beckon to your client, Mimaroon, to help lead him to his destination. Use the /beckon emote. Yeah. I'm actually going to add that to my hotbar. Beckon. It's a gray one. Scrabbled seeks the aid of an able-bodied adventurer. You look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhap you have noticed the Kurils and Jackals at each other's throats of late. I've never seen anything quite like it, and the bloodshed only worsens by the day. If this continues, I dare say that one of these groups will wipe out the other before long. Now, it bears mentioning that this species of Krill isn't native to Vilbrand. By rights, they shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. Know of a merchant who may have a hand in these dealings? Her name is her name is Rakantai, and after some probing, I've come to believe she's somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she is like to flee at the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. I need you to speak with her and learn all you can. Take a look around. She's bound to be nearby. And then the other person's like up top there. What's this? So they've sent you to do their dirty work? Well, you'll never take me alive. Never! I'll head that way in a minute. Nairo. Private Sniro needs your help in the defense of Aleport. Hark! Enemies in the sky! Pull yourselves together, Private. You've been trained for this, even if the only action you've seen has been street fights, tavern brawls, and fisticuffs over who cheated at checkers. First things first, I must ready the cannon. Now to walk myself through the steps. Right. Make certain you are with Sucker, for arming a cannon is no swift matter. So far, so good. I'll just get Smell and... Smell? That girl. Always know where to be found when she's needed. Fine. Sarge always said to improvise. You over there, adventurer. Limsa Lominsa has need of your service. Slow down the enemy while I arm the cannon. I'll be ready ere the fifth carcass is cold, I promise you. Gotta slay some puck hatchlings. But first, let's take care of this one down here, because I think we do this and then we can turn this quest in and get some XP and some better gear probably. Alright, Kantai. But please don't hurt me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I smuggled in the curls for breeding like you asked, and that's it. I ain't the one sending the jackals into a frenzy, I swear. The Yellow Jackets sent you, and no pirates? Why the hell didn't you say so earlier? Well, you've caught me. I'm behind the curls in Aleport. Those good-for-nothing pirates had me breed jackals for 'em, too. With the right training, they make for nasty watchdogs and the like. But the pirates wanted more, and that's why they asked me for the curls, that they did. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them before I could finish the job. Suppose they didn't want to wait for the breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose trying to get rid of the curls and clean their mess. I'm a victim as well, you know. Yeah, they paid good coin for the animals, but now they got folk chasing after me. Wanted to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry and tell those Yellow Jackets I ain't to blame, you hear? See? Told you that would be enough to turn it in. Scribbled. You're back. What can you tell me of Kantai's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well. It was her greed that brought the curls to Vilbrand, and she is surely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we now know why the curls and jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. The pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we've managed to capture Kantai's assailants. They're being questioned as we speak, and it won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend. The Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there is still the matter of Kantai and the beasts running amok in the fields. I shudder to think what may happen should the jackals and curls continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you are ready to begin. Kantai has admitted to breeding jackals for pirates, but I fear she may be concealing more to be smuggled elsewhere. I bid you speak with her once more to prove my suspicions true. If she wishes to play the role of victim, perhaps this time she will be more forthcoming with information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, her cooperation will ensure a lighter sentencing. Now then, we need to do something about the curls running wild in Vilbrand. Jackals have greatly reduced their numbers, but the presence of curls will upset the balance of predation in Aleport. Given time, they will establish a breeding population and perhaps even prey upon more than just animals. A large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through Aleport daily, meaning a great many people will be at risk unless we stop the curls here and now. As much as it pains me to say this, They must be done away with. I like this no more than you, but we Yellow Jackets must put the safety of the people above all else. Reports indicate the Kurls were last sighted somewhere in Skull Valley. When you are ready, pray seek them out and do what needs to be done. Okay. That all sounds fine and dandy to me. The Yellow Jackets want to know if I'm hiding more jackals? Fine, I'll come clean if it means preserving me liberty. All the jackals are gone, but there's a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from here. Jackals are easy to come by in Aleport, but wolves, you can be sure folk will pay good money for them. With the Yellow Jackets breathing down my neck, of late, I haven't had time to care for him. The poor thing's probably too weak from hunger to move. I'll tell you where I hid him, but if you want to take him, best move now. What with the Kurls running wild, killing the pirates' jackals and all, it won't be long before they start snooping about for more animals to train. I have to warn you, though, he may be a pup, but he'll likely make a meal of anyone that gets too close to him. Try winning over his stomach with this here succulent bone, and if that ain't enough, try rubbing his belly to soothe him. You can bet he'll be following you everywhere. I left the critter in Quarterstone. Hurry before the pirates find him. Alright. But first, I need to do this one. Come on, me Maroon. Come on. Come on, me Maroon. We're almost there. We're like one more good. There we go. Mimaroon is safe. Sparklies are safe. Should Mimaroon share Sparklies? Alright, now we can put those like that. I have wild wolves I need to kill real quick. And I knew since I was like right here, I might as well just do it now. How many do I need? 4? Well, there's our other 2 right over there. Oh, and I learned Reprisal. Awesome. It's a good mitigation tool. There we go. Now we go back this way. Alright. Damn! That did a ton. Move that, and we'll add a different one. And then you guys I just need to kill for my thing. My hunting log. I'm actually pretty sure I also need to do them for a quest. So I'm going to sit here and do all these and then just have to come right back out here and do it again. But honestly, that sounds about right. Oh, I only had to do 2 of them? Whoops. Actually, fuck it. We're like right here. Let's do the baby curl. Get us our last Duskbat too. We should probably get our last pelican. Should do like a huge leveling spree right now. Right before we go into our first dungeon. Come here, baby curl. Mew mew. Mew mew. Okay. How many more puck hatchlings do we need? 3. Come back here. And that's our 3rd one right there. Perfect. Slay puck hatchlings. Let's go right here so we can talk to the seasoned adventurer. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sestasha Seagrot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty, no matter what the epic tales would have you believe. Strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novus can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him, and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket scout at the mouth of the Sestasha Seagrot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. I know. Bum 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 ba-dum. Ba-da-da-da-bum bum bum ba-dum. What item did I get for that? A hunting hat. It's better than what I currently have equipped, so hell yeah. Ahoy there! Keep your voice down. Nobody's business but ours, isn't it? You got what I asked for? Yeah, here you go, bud. Them's the ones, and that's as pretty a job as I've ever seen. Know your way around a battle, eh? Well, that's just fine. Thank you. Why, we sailors could be a superstitious lot, you know? Some of the crew might look at me odd, like for carrying bat parts. When the wind's done died and the water casks are dry, it's odd one day, overboard the next. What? No superstition about that. The Dusker's been my luck since I was a boy. Survived more than 2 weeks once on 3 bats I caught, trapped at the top of an abandoned watchtower. Even ate a wing off one before I made up my mind to climb down the wall. This journey, we'll be sailing past the Isles of Umbra, and I can feel the sea honing those reefs. The lights at Pharaoh Sirius burned dim since the calamity, and I've always found it a mite too much like that old watchtower for comfort. I ain't been that affrighted boy for a long time. Ill-used, starved, and more than half mad, inching down that sandstone wall on handholds no bigger than a fingertip. But I'll have my 5 bat wings on every journey, just the same as that boy had. None of these are good, are gooder than what I currently have. God. The bashful air ill suits a Rogadin. Ahoy, Morrighan. It clean slipped my mind the last time, but I've another thing to ask you. My bearings are lively on the water, but on land, well, I'm what you landlubbers call at sea. Got a letter that needs delivering, and you're the maid for it. I went ashore on some rock on the voyage in, and a faded petticoat comes up to me, says she's got a daughter in Camp Skull Valley, what she hadn't seen in years. Had tears in her eyes. Pretty eyes, too, for a woman past her child in years. She must have been a real beauty in her day. Always had a soft spot for tawny eyes, mayhap because the sea is a green-eyed virago and the skies her sisters have eyes blue and red, gray and black. Well, this daughter of hers goes by Wiltswith. You'll take the letter to her? Sure? I guess? Scribbled. I see, so this baby Curel is all that remains. It is truly a shame it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against Curls, but it would seem you slew the pirate's last litter while saving this one. Let us at least take solace in knowing the bloodshed has ended. There is a bit of good news to be had, however. I received word not long ago that a group of pirates related to our investigation was taken into custody. To instigate such carnage without scruple, the true animals in this case have been placed behind bars. With any luck, their leader and remaining members will join them shortly. But what to do with this baby Curel? He seems quite fond of you, almost as if you were his mother. The Yellow Jackets are not fit to care for a Curl, especially when full grown, but we cannot simply release him back into the wilds. I suppose there is only one option. Congratulations, you are the proud mother to a Curel. Friend, I leave this baby Curel in your capable hands. I'm sure you will do what's best for him. You son of a bitch. I was tricked. Gotta climb up this wall. And then we gotta go do our dungeon. What else are we missing from here? Just the killer mantises. Cool, cool. Snyro. Ready to fire? I keep my promises, adventurer, and you keep your skills well honed, I see. A moment, I just received a dispatch. What? They weren't attacking Ailport? Well, that's... What? We're not important enough? They were just babies? Well, you'd have to be duller than a box of hair to fly out of cannon position. Being what they are. I suppose all's well that ends well, but I must admit I was looking forward to putting my training to real use. I didn't join the Maelstrom to break up brawls, you know, and now I shall have to clean the cannon. Storm Private Snarrow. Well, I made a right mess of things the other day. Commander Falk Brita said she'd dock my pay if I pulled something like that again. At least I didn't get tossed in the brig like Smeal. I have been very chary since, you can be certain of that. I've little enough coin as it is to pay purse to slake my thirst with, but this time Aye, there's a real attack on Aleport, and off I go to arm the cannon. Save Aleport from those bloodbaths on 4 legs, and we'll see what the commander has to say about my pay then. Adventurer, for Aleport, and glory, slow down the horde. I'm certain to be ready by the time you slaughter 5. Yep, 5 hedgemoles. Bum ba da 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 dum. Dum dum da 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 dum. Bio, Rayo, Edda, Avea. Oh, it's you. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen lingering around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-faced tattoos. Ba-doom. Ba-doom. Yep. I understand what I must do. I'm sorry, Avir. I came as fast as I could. I tried haggling with the merchant, but 2 potions was the best I could get with the money you gave me. I had no idea how expensive they were. What took you so bloody long, Ada? If my purse was too light, you might have considered using some of your own bleeding coin to get us what we need. You've only ever been as useful as the contents of your pockets. The gods know you can barely yield a scratch. We took up the venture in life to take on the big jobs and claim big rewards. How are we meant to do that if you can't even get our supplies in order? It's, the one Baterin was talking to. Well, we'll see who gets the glory. This job should have been ours in the first place. Bwahaha, Ada, you're so slow you'd lose a foot race to a tree slug. This is a perfect for our inaugural outing as a party. Wandering around in the caves, turning over a few rocks, how difficult could it possibly be? I never expected our first visit to the Adventurers Guild would yield such a straightforward way to win fame and fortune. Alright, let's jump in the queue. Shouldn't take us too long. But while we wait, let's go kill some hedgemoles. Turn this one in. I will say I'm feeling the little bits of anxiety, even though I ran this. This is the first dungeon of the game. I've ran it so many times. Oh. But like I said, the thought of tanking just makes me nervous. Well slayed, or do I mean slain? I shall need to know these things if I'm to be officer. I've got the powder and ball loaded and primed. Now for the slow match. Hark, a dispatch. Stand down forthwith. Not again, but surely these adamantoises are a clear and present hegemons. You're certain? Well, but that's like an adamantoise except, weak and not at all dangerous. Why, oh why? Perhaps I have been cursed by some enemy. Not very likely for a mere storm pirate, second class or no. Now the commander will dock my pay and leave my whistle dry as dust. Well, my lady most gallant, it is called Aleport. I've spent a deal of time admiring the undersides of many a tavern table, I can tell you that. What? It could be that my humors are out of balance from a surfeit of ale, and thus I see it now. There is excess blood, which has overfed my martial zeal. Morrighan, your learned ways have shown me the light. Much thanks. I go now to receive a leeching. Ooh. Let's equip those real quick. A wine and whistless snarrow. Greetings, Morrighan. Will you deliver this in my stead to Camp Skull Valley? It's my report to Commander Falkbreda. I was as plain and spoken as could be, and I was going to report in person, but for some reason I've barely the strength to visit the barber for leechings, let alone make the trip to Skull Valley. I don't suppose I'd be spared a dock and pay. You don't think they'd clap me in the brig, do ya? Maybe I should have ran this with my trust instead. Just because, I mean, we haven't hit the 5-minute wait time yet, but still. Oh, I didn't damage him because I was level synced. Or I wasn't level synced. There we go. Now what do we have? Upper Lanosia, East Shroud, Western Thanolin, South Shroud, North Shroud, Southern Thanolin, North Shroud, Eastern Thanolin, Southern Thanolin. Okay. Cool, cool. Falkbreda. Ah, an adventurer, and one whose name rings a bell. You have been of service to the Maelstrom, I hear. What brings you to Skull Valley? A report from Private Snarrow. It does her little credit that she did not make the trip herself. Stay while I peruse this. She does not prevaricate at least, that one. Unfortunate how she has gone to rack and ruin since she was posted to Aleport. She was among the first in her shoal to be promoted to second class. Yet now, do you know what a soldier's greatest enemy is, Morrighan? Boredom. I suspect Snarrow has played the craven in fighting this foe. I shall order the paymaster to dock her pay, but I'll not sign a censure. If she can stay out of the taverns and learn to keep herself busy, she may yet earn her salt. Commander Falkbreda has a task for you, it seems. It is gratifying to know at least one person in the encampment welcomes your presence. Tarry a while, Morrighan. It will not be said that an adventurer came to Camp Skull Valley and left without honest pay for honest work. We have a problem that other encampments may well find enviable. The dodos are so plentiful that they even have nests within the barracks. The nests must be removed forthwith before it draws beasts dangerous to men as well as birds. Of course, but I gotta deliver this first. Greetings, adventurer. They said you were looking for me? A letter from Mama? I haven't heard from her in so long. She never answered my letters. No, stay for I'll have a reply to send. What the? Oh, that stone-hearted, grasping hag wouldn't let me take so much as a hunk of dried fish when I left the island. And now she wants Gil? That succubus! You think me cold? Well, fie on what you think. I wanted something better than tilling salty fields and spilling small fry out the nets, and occasionally taking a passing sailor into my bed for more of the same. She'll receive no reply from me. Thank you for your service, and good evening to you. Weapons and armor in order, saltpeter in order, basic provisions all in order. Poisons? Oh, this vial's near gone. Adventurer. Morrighan, was it? Perhaps we can let bygones be bygones. You are skilled in wrangling beasts, I hear, and I have a need of pelican poison. The poison can be readily gathered from pelicans in the area, but I must continue my duties here. Are you so minded to undertake the task? Not at all. What do you got for me, Falkbrita? Honestly, I am kind of surprised at this queue time. Swiftly done. They do say that where a soldier dallies, an adventurer hurries. Peaceful as it may seem now, this encampment was built to ward against the kobolds of Ogamora to the north. We do not forget our purpose. You only need to look to our name. The valley floor was once lined with the skulls of kobolds we slew, so that no invader might reach its southern mouth and the settlement beyond without treading on death with every step. Nowadays, it seems we are in danger of treading on dodo eggs at every turn, or on the adders that feast on them. The dodos brought by settlers now run feral and keep us in meat, eggs, and headaches. Can I equip this real quick? Yes. They're probably waiting on the tank. Alright. Let's do this. Let's move. Come on. Trash pull the boss for about half. That was kind of a fun way to do that room, honestly. Without stopping at every single clam. Okay, sorry. I can now that we're past that room, I can kind of talk a little bit more while running it. So far, this has been fun. That's right, pull through them so that they're facing away from the party. I'll need that. Hey. Come on. Couldn't see behind that. Probably should have saved one of those for the next pull. Whoops. Peloton. Come on. Bring your doggies out. Hell yeah, let's go. Level up. I feel like I've dinged twice already this dungeon. Alright, we just got 3 enemies left. I guess I could have pulled all the way over here. Whoops. Come on. Alright, we're at the first boss of a dungeon. You surely are... Oh, I didn't catch what that was. Psh, Finnish fools. Hey! GG. Ba-ba-da-bum. Okay. Who's still here for the player commendations? I'll give it to them. I only want the Sabatons. Already have one, so I don't need it. And we'll need on that. Hey! Three player commendations. Let's go! Ah, that does feel good. But we got the Sabatons. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. We'll see how much we can get done in about 30 minutes. I know it's mostly probably just going to be finishing up the side quests right around here, but we'll see, we'll see. You walked right out of my range as I was doing the attack, you stupid pelican. Actually, HUD layout. There we go. Okay. I welcome your return, adventurer. Have you what I asked for? I see you are not stinting in filling the vials. The last adventurer returned with each barely half full and had the cheek to demand full payment. I've had a low opinion of adventurers since, but you know of our past with the kobolds. But they are not the foe we fight today. Nay, all our guns are trained on the fishbacks. Such a wee thing, this vial, but this too is a gun. So susceptible the Sahagin are to pelican poison that even the rawest recruit may, with a poison-tipped arrow, find herself a fisher of beastmen. There was a settlement here once, near Halfstone. Then the primal Leviathan rose and the Sahagin invaded. Work of generations was undone in a season, and whole families perished. I never knew the Halfstone settlement, but I believe it to be a home worth fighting for, and so we fight, with steel, fire, and even poison to reclaim that which is ours. Whoops. Camp Skull Valley was built to hold against attacks from the sea. To the north and south lie narrow channels with a tide gate each to hold the Sahagin at bay. Will you deliver a bottle of lowland wine to the captains of North and South Tidegate? Call it a small privilege of the quartermaster. Please take the first bottle to Captain Stalhert of South Tidegate. Oh, that person's collected all of the extreme mounts from A Realm Reborn. Hail, adventurer! What brings you to South Tidegate? A bottle of lowland from Sergeant Wiltswiss? Now isn't that something? And isn't she something? Crisp, yet full-bodied is my guess. You know, didn't think I had a chance with a woman like that, but looks like she's sweet on me. Always was popular with the fair sex, if I say so myself. I have a brother. You heard about that? He's the captain of North Tidegate. Like as peas in a pod, they say, but they never popped those peas out of the pod, if you take my meaning. Wiltswiss. Got a way about her, she does. Cool as spray. But there's fire there, and welcome she is to show me the light and scorch off every stitch between the two of us. My Brother's Not a Keeper is the name of this quest. That's amazing. Ah, there you are. Did Captain Stalhert receive it well? The other bottle is for Captain Nortmoen of North Tidegate. I should have mentioned, they're brothers in blood as well as arms. You'd think them closer for it, but the bickering is well nigh constant. Ale loaf. Let's pick up that quest. Where is Rohanth? I told that barnacle the engineers were letting us take the new cannon out for a test. 12 know when the mood will next strike those hugger-muggers. Probably over at the crypt again. Morbid, I call it. I like a good wallow now and then, but he broods on dead folk he didn't even know. You go fetch Rohanth. I'd be liable to profane the lich yard by beating him about his thick head with that big stone hourglass. Ah, there I go again, blaspheming the keeper. Not that I much cared for that Poncy. And that's probably another bit of abominating. Here, take these flowers. Rohanth's at the Founder's Crypt. Give him the pretties for the dead. That'll clear my slate with the gods. Halt, adventurer. North Tidegate is no place for idlers. Wiltswiss? The quartermaster? That mousy-looking girl? Still, she has excellent taste in wine, and must be a mind-reader, for I have a supper of ocean cloud waiting that wants nothing more than a glass of lowland vintage. So, sent you over with a bottle just for me, huh? What? Sent one to that back berth in South Tidegate, too? Oh, you know what he's going to think now that she's his for the taking. That strutting. Well, he's got another think coming. Misunderstanding an innocent kindness like that. She's a quartermaster, doesn't he know this? A professional interest. That goatish fool. I won't have him bothering that lovely girl. Alright, Rohan. Oh, fine. If you want to go, let's go. Rest in the peace of the 12, Arghamer. Ah, you bring flowers. Come, no need to be shy. There's plenty of space. Small in life, he who sleeps here is large in death. You'd never know there was a helmet here, or hamlet here, would you? Halfstone, 'twas called, built on the sweat of near 10 brows, and put to the Sahagins' torch. The settlers fought, aye, and how, with not a trained soldier among them. Argheimer was one of those, farmer by trade. He stayed behind to cover the final retreat, asking for as many arrows as could be spared. Then he took off his boots and gave them to another, saying it wasn't far where he was going, and here he lies now. Time was, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine doing what he did. You don't hold fast as much in a privateer's life. No pirate captain's going down with her ship, and any captain who looks to loyalty more than gold is liable to have his throat slit. But now, I gotta be better than that, don't I? I gotta be more like Argheimer. An adventurer, are you? Seems a shame for you to come all the way out here without more to show for it. How about a bit of vilekin hunting? There's a few killer mantises about on account of a hatching we missed. The commander sent out hunting parties and collected 10 and 6 heads. There's no more than 20 in a clutch. Think you can handle the last 4? Psh! Think I can handle the last 4, you ask? I got this. Don't you even sweat it, man. Slay the killer mantis. I know it's mantises. I just feel like it should be mantis. There's one back here now. The one that I originally killed. Ah, yes. Nasty critters, those killer mantises. I'm sure Argheimer wouldn't have wanted anyone dying near his resting place. Good hunting, adventurer. See how high the sun climbs? It's time I returned to the gate. Allerloaf said we'd be testing a new cannon. Like to blow himself to bits without me about it. You can collect your pay from Commander Falkbreda at Camp Skull Valley. Be well, adventurer. The 12 go with ye. Alright, well, if you insist that I go back here to get my stuff, I will do just that. Jump, please. There we go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ah, Morrighan, you've become a familiar face about these parts. What brings you here today? The rest of the killer mantises? Well done, and I must commend Sergeant Rohan for his quick thinking. You have the thanks of this camp. Sometimes I fear that we will lose the war against the Sahagin for having to deal with pests and beasts. When the commander of Skull Valley herself wants a word with a humble adventurer before she takes to the road, all indications are that something unusual is afoot. I hear you're leaving us, Morrighan. News travels fast in an encampment. Mayhap you can assist us one last time on your journey out. I have a dispatch here with Maelstrom Command, from Commodore Raynor of the Yellow Jackets. We have been investigating the Sistash of Seagrot on their orders, but it seems they have taken on an adventurer of excellent repute and pleasing manner, the Commodore writes, to complete the work. Now, if you... Yes. Ha! That is you he speaks of. Of course. Well, Camp Skull Valley would be glad to add to the burnish of your repute. You have carried out your commissions admirably well. Commodore Reyna and many others in command are of the same mind as I, that we have spread our forces too thin with these tasks. I am all too happy to withdraw our men from the caves, truth be told. Chief Sergeant Catwhistle is the ranking officer at the Sestasha Sea Grot. Locate him and tell him that his mission is complete and he is ordered to report back to Skull Valley. And I guess while we're up there, we'll head up to Upper Lenosia real quick and snag the stone shells that we need for our hunting log. Halt, adventurer! Do you mean to enter the Sestasha Sea Grot? I would advise against it. You'll likely perish in its labyrinthine depth. Trust me, were it not for sheer strength of will, I'd not be standing here. What am I doing out here, you ask? This is a comely spot for strategizing, I find. Far better than the labyrinthine depth of the cave, friend, and there none shall hear you scream, particularly since everybody else has been reassigned. Me as well, you say? Back to Camp Skull Valley, and away from the labyrinthine depth of that hellhole? Most excellent. I have my principles and would willingly have sacrificed my life for the mission, but I am not grieved to cede that prospect to you and bid this grot good day. My place is at a fort or on the battlefield, not crawling around a dank cave with coils of rope and sheaves of paper. Fearing I shall never see daylight again. I warn you, friend, there is much danger in these depths. It is what is the word? Labyrinthine, I tell you. Aw, my sprint ran out. Bummer. There we go, stone shells. There we go. Let's hit him with Reprisal. And we got a wild wolf here, huh? Gonna have to take that wolf out. Just like that, too. Nope, we're gonna run past that one. We got our stone shells. It's foggy now. We just left. How can it be foggy now? We gotta give the succulent bone to the starved pup. And then soothe his tummy. Or soothe him by petting his tummy. Grrr. Here's your bone, buddy. Yip, yip, yip. Now we go slash. Soothe. Sooty? Soothe. Sniff, sniff. He's my best friend now. Let me tell you about my best friend. Alright. Let's go turn that in, and then I'm pretty sure that is all of the side quests that we can do here for now. I should actually I should put that one back on my list. I heard from Kanta you went looking for a starved pup in Quarterstone. Did you have any luck? Here you go. I did indeed. Ah, so this is the pup Kanta has been hiding. Well done. She was here not long ago, as a matter of fact. It seems she is willing to cooperate with the authorities and help set things straight. But that's not all, friend. While you were searching for this pup, a group of pirates related to the investigation was taken into custody. We couldn't have done it without your help. The ringleader has yet to be found, but perhaps now Aleport can enjoy a moment of respite. All that remains is what to do with this pup. He seems to have taken a liking to you. Perhaps it would be best if you looked after him. There's simply no room for him at headquarters, and letting him wander about on his own is out of the question. I realize how sudden this is, but please give him a good home. If you insist. I can do that. Nope, let's use the return function instead. Let's go to the Marauders Guild first. Let's pick up that quest. Axemaster Windzone wishes to set for you a trial that will hone your strength and skill to ever greater heights. Morrighan, our near disastrous encounter with the pack that follows Kujata has been preying on my mind. The overwhelming number of the beasts was beyond aught I had imagined. Even the most dedicated marauder could not hope to carve through that snarling wall of flesh. And if we cannot dispatch the pack, then Kujata remains beyond our reach. Thus I have prepared for you a trial that shall unleash your deepest reserves of destructive strength. As before, Salkwib awaits you at the Bismarck to guide you on your path. Do not squander this opportunity for growth, Morrighan. The pride of the guild itself rides on the keen edge of your axe. What is my... You, level 14 Marauder, huh? Cool, cool, cool. Alright, to the Bismarck. You void from my brother? Ha! The pride of the guild, eh? My brother has placed quite a burden on your shoulders, it seems. But from what I have witnessed, if any marauder has the skill and determination to put down Kujata, then it is you. And there is, of course, the matter of Sigurd's vengeance. You don't want to disappoint the poor boy now, do you? Let us be about this trial, Morrighan. I shall meet you at the Salt Strand in Lower Lanosia, where your training is to take place. Well, naturally, I will be there. Without me, you're like to forget to tend your wounds and bleed to death. Speak with Salkwib on the Salt Strand. I think we have enough time to do that. We'll turn its probably pirates in. pick up the next quest from Baderon. And then we will go to the Salt Strand and actually finally attune to that damn Aetheryte. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal, large or small? It matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, my lady. Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I wager. Fishbacks, and there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate's skull or three. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning, unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. Thanks for shedding some light on this mystery. I knew you'd get the job done, lass. You always do. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania. Seems the forest folk are in need of a venturer what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. Party Finder unlocked. Ready to hear about that job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for adventurers to survive the bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mayun, my counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Okay. That's enough time. Yeah, it'll be close. It'll be close. Now let's see, we got East Shroud, Western Thanalan, South Shroud, North Shroud, Southern Thanalan, North Shroud, Eastern Phanolin, Southern Phanolin, Eastern Phanolin, Central Shroud, Central Shroud. Okay. All areas that we will be traveling on our way to level 30. Nothing here is going to aggro to me like it was earlier because we are more than 10 levels above it. We gained a ton of levels today. I want to say we started at 15, so we gained about 10 levels. Damn. And now that I come to think of it, I don't remember ever having done the thing to attune here. You attune to the Aetherite. All right. She's gonna have me fight Kiggerns? Damn, she's so far away too, like fuck. Well, this should be the place. I don't see. Ah, do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Morrighan? Pray unlimber that axe of yours. Let's do this. More behedgemoles, huh? That seems to be the last of them, compared to what we have faced before, though it wasn't terribly. So this is the indomitable Morrighan Initari. Who in the seven hells are you? Wait, is that... We have deemed you worthy of our challenge. Come, Marauder, let us test the edge of your steel. Oh, brother. Defeat the masked marauders. Come on. Someone familiar. There we go. It's familiar Marauder. It seems my underlings have provided you with poor sport. Very well. I shall take your measure with my own blade. Do not think to show me quarter, Morrighan, for I shall surely show you none. Uh-oh. We lagging. We are lagging bad. If my attacks would stop missing, that'd be great. I yield. Your strength has humbled us all. Aye, it might just be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Morrighan. Worthy, indeed. Oh, what a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Though I am confident my brother's act was not born of malice, rather he hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but one must appreciate his intentions. It is time he returned to the guild. Oh, and as a favor to me, pray indulge Wyrnzo in his little deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte. You got it, lady. Look at that, perfectly timed to return to use the return ability. Ooh. Which means it was exactly 15 minutes since the last time we used it. Morrighan, I have heard of your skirmish on the Salt Strand. You did well to topple opponents of such formidable skill. But let us not dwell on the nature of those masked men. What is important is your triumph in the face of overwhelming odds. Your fellow marauders are honored to have you swing your axe in the guild's name. They stand behind you, one and all, as you prepare to overcome your greatest trial yet. Aye, the time has come for you to bring Kujata's bloody rampage to an end. When next he rears his horrible horned head, you shall be ready to bury your blade in his skull. Ooh. But we cannot equip headgear. And in that one, we cannot equip gear to feet. Let's go with the Iron Gauntlets. I need to do some selling of stuff. And then we'll teleport to Gridania. Okay. We don't need the antidote. Don't need anything for gathering or whatever. So many axes that we went through. Holy crap. And helmets. Gotta make sure I don't sell my Vieira stuff. I mean, I can buy it back, but I'd rather not. There we go. Okay. Let's teleport to Gridania. Maybe. And then we'll have to be logging off. But I want to at least be in the starting area, or in the area that we need to do quests in, where our next quest is when we start up on next time we play this, which will either be next Friday or, I don't know. I'm really enjoying playing it. It might be earlier than next Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I have not fully decided yet. Retire to an inn room. We hope you have a pleasant stay. Oh, I will have a pleasant stay, alright, don't you worry. And exit game. There we go. Well, thank you all for hanging out. I had a great time. I hope you all did as well, but I have to be going, and I have to be going quick, so I will talk to you all Monday. We will be back Monday, most likely with Metal Gear, but I might change my mind. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you all for hanging out. Have a good one.